Here are some dangerous assumptions we make about worship. The question is, what will we do when we realize we've been making these assumptions? My name is Louis. I've been a worship leader, songwriter, and musician in church for well over 2 decades. Um, Been there, done that, seen it all, you know. And this was a wake-up call for me. When I realized I was making these assumptions in my life for the longest time. I'm going to start us off slow. The first assumption a lot of people make is that worship is something we do on a Sunday morning. We assume we need worship music, we assume we need a worship leader, and we need a band. Now, this made me feel like I'm important because I was the worship leader, right? I was the musician with the songs. And I had an important role to play in the kingdom. But an important figure in my life, somebody I admired greatly, one day said that, you know what? A worship leader is a position we all try and prepare for and aim for, but it's not even biblical. There's no worship leaders in the Bible. Who was Jesus' worship leader? Was Jesus a worship leader? What instrument did he play? What songs did he sing? And this made me think, wow, man, I wish Jesus did sing a couple songs, because I mean, they would have been the most powerful songs we could sing on earth, right? But here's the thing. Why is this dangerous? Why is this assumption dangerous? It's dangerous because it makes us dependent. And dependent is a legal term for a child. Ooh, ouch. If we are dependent on music to worship, are we truly worshiping? Because by now, if you've followed me, you've seen some of these videos, you know that worship has nothing to do with music. Music is not prescribed in the definition and even implied when it comes to worship. So why am I talking about this? Well, we need to grow up. And that's what I realized. If I cannot worship God without music or without the worship leader, I'm in trouble. If I'm dependent on the worship leader and their mood, I'm in deep trouble. If I'm dependent on one song they play on the radio while I'm in my car driving, I'm in big trouble. Because my worship is now determined by everybody else except me. And shouldn't I bring my own heart to God? If I can't worship the Father without music, I need to grow up. Ouch. Which leads me to the next point. We assume that if it feels nice or it feels right, it must be good. Especially when it comes to worship, right? Oh, how was the worship service? Oh, well, it felt good. It felt right. Eh? This is very dangerous. Because in that scenario, my feelings are given a position to judge. My feelings determine whether the worship we brought was good or not good. Well, it felt nice. It felt good. You know, we like to go into worship with that, you know, and even into church, it felt good. So it must have been great, right? This is extremely dangerous because what determines my feelings? What if I have a bad day or an off day? Or like I said, when the worship leader has a bad day and we need to worship, can I trust my feelings to determine my worship? Let's put it in this way. What if you go to your job and you tell your boss, I'm going to leave halfway because I don't feel like working all day today. You know, what do you think your boss will say? Or what if you present your assignment, your whatever you needed to do for the, you know, a quote you needed to make or something, you know, a presentation, and you say, I feel like, you know, this is good enough. You should take it this way. The boss says, no, I need this and this and this, but listen, I feel it's good enough. You should have that. You know, we'll be in deep trouble when it comes to our bosses. We never treat them like that. We give our boss exactly what they ask. We even do more than what they ask because we want them to be pleased with us so that we can get promoted, right? But when it comes to God and worship, we kind of give him what's good enough. We kind of give him what we feel is nice and we feel is right. In Isaiah 55 verse 8, it says, God's thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways, much higher than ours. How dangerous is this? To come to the living God and make an assumption that what I'm giving him is good enough. How dangerous is this? To come to the living God and give him something that I feel is good enough. This makes me think, what requirements are there really for worship? You know, how prideful and arrogant have we become if we say, it feels nice, so it must be good enough. This leads me to the third point, and this one is a hard one. We assume that God will receive, and he's thankful for whatever worship I manage to give him. Ouch. You know, Psalm 24 verse 3 and 4 says, who may ascend unto the mountain of the Lord, and who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to what is false, nor has sworn deceitfully. He says, who may? This is a permission word. We don't just come because we can. We come because we're allowed. You know, let's use this analogy. When you have a spouse, like let's say you're a man and you come to your wife and you got dirty hands. The first time you come with your dirty hands, you touch her face, it's cute. She tolerates it. It's nice. Second time you come with your dirty hands, you touch her face. It's like, yeah, it was funny. The third time she's gonna be like, can you stop doing that? The fourth time you come with your dirty hands, you want to touch her face, she's like, stop that. Have you no respect for me? Have you no reverence for me? Is there no value you have for me? Don't you love me? Why do you think it's okay to touch my face with your dirty hands? Yet we want to come to God with our dirty hands and just, it must be good enough. We assume that he will receive whatever we give him. We have no reverence. There's no fear of the Lord. We don't value his presence enough. Because if we do, we want to give him the best. You see, in the Old Testament, there was a law that said, when you bring your sacrifice, you bring a pure and spotless sacrifice. That means it was your very best. And that's what made Jesus so upset when he came to the temple and they had money changers at the temple, because people were buying. They didn't take the time to prepare their sacrifice, to make sure that this lamb is protected, to make sure this lamb is fed well and is fat, and to make sure this lamb gets their very best and all their attention, so that when they bring it, it has value, so that when it gets slaughtered and they bring this sacrifice to God, that this sacrifice has personal value to them. No, they just go to the money changers and say, hey, I'll take that lamb. Here's some money, thank you. And they go slaughter it. And that was good enough. Not for Jesus, it wasn't. He overthrew their tables. He was very upset. Why do we assume that God will take whatever we give him and it's good enough? If worship is to show God how much we revere him, how much we love and adore him, how much we value him and his presence, we can't give him just what's good enough. We have to give him our very best. And that's my challenge to all of us today, to stop making these assumptions. It was a wake-up call for me. And I had to say, every time it's worship time, I'm giving my very best, regardless of what I feel, regardless if there's music, good music, bad music, no music, regardless, I'm not dependent on anything. I am worshiping him even now, my very best, every time. If you want to go deeper, come with me to this next video. Let's go explore the depths of worship and learn more about how we can please God with our worship. Or click on the link in the description below and make sure to order your book, Exploring Worship, your guide to deeper and more meaningful encounters with God every time. And remember, it's all about the all. an authentic worship experience. Let's keep it real.